Alright, welcome back everyone. You might notice, but I'm not sure if you will or not, but I've actually got my new mic finally. I'm not sure how it sounds. It's a little bit difficult to tell at this stage. I have to go through a bunch of recordings here to actually see how it does, but it looks promising, so I look forward to using it. Let's see, what's changed here? I don't think too much has changed. Oh yeah, there was a fire because the lava caught the tree on fire, so I fixed up the tree a bit, and I switched out the lava with the awesomite blocks because those work better than lava, and it's just better overall. Also, I just remembered I replaced all of the floor blocks with factory blocks now. I used quite a bit of iron for these because these are kind of expensive. But they're not that expensive, but the amount I needed was so high. I made a chest for storing some of this birch wood. I put it on top originally, but the trees couldn't grow anymore there, so it's not very good to put anything on top of it, so I have to just kind of leave it as it is. But that's okay. It does its job. Nothing new down that way, although I could use filling up that sprinkler again. But I don't really need any of the food, though. Well, there's uses for carrots still. Just a few buckets can't hurt. I gotta be careful that I don't, turn my head too far away from the mic. I've not used a mic that's stationary, ever. So, this is very new to me. And it's a one-directional mic and stuff, so I do have to make sure I'm in front of it, pretty much, for the best effect. But I've tilted it slightly to the side so it can catch me on the side, but I don't want to talk directly into it because I will max it out. I don't know if that's a good thing to do or not. I mean, I still don't know what the good practices... Did I just eat one? I don't know what the good practices are for audio recording still. I'm doing the best I can with it. Wait, I'm supposed to destroy these. I'm trying to get carbon from them. I think I found that carbon actually is pretty good for these, isn't it? Not a recipe. Well, I guess that word will work too. Alright, use 20 carbon. It's not bad. It could be better, but it's not bad. Let's collect these as well. Try to get as much carbon as I can. I did a bunch of sifting while we were away, but probably not an awful lot. Let's see what we got here. We got a bunch of ore and stuff. Hold on a second, let me just destroy these. Besides, I need to take this power battery back. Actually, it's got a fair bit of power in it. Maybe I don't. No, but I need it for elsewhere. Because we're still sifting stuff. That never stopped. Alright, so I got the sifting set up here as usual. I think I added these new hoppers to push into this crusher, but I think that's about all I did. And it's just been kind of working away and whatnot, but I've used up a lot of the iron to make those floors, so I'm a little low on iron again, but that's okay. I only need a little bit to start pushing into new stuff. And I think the focus for today is going to be, well, I'm not sure if it'll finish in today's episode, but the focus is now to build a fusion reactor. Because with the fusion reactor, I can combine some of those elements into more dense elements that might be more useful to me, such as iron. I'll turn all that hydrogen we have into iron. It sounds like a terrible idea because it is. But, you know, what are you going to do? Let's see here. I finished all the floors, which also means, while I was at it, I built up the mining shaft as well. So we got this nice little striped pattern telling anyone not to fall into this massive hole, in case you miss it, you know. Because color coding totally warns people better than massive holes. We got some nice corner strips here. I like the look of those. I wanted to put it all around, but I felt it would be a little bit too much. So I used it for just the ladders, and actually I think the ladders have their own. Maybe. Let's go down it and see. No, they're the same. Okay. I wasn't sure if they were different or not. They have connected textures when they're on the walls because they're not part of a carpenter's block. I wish carpenter's blocks could understand connected textures better, but they don't. What are you gonna do? I put up a few lights. Actually, those are the same lights that were already there. I just pulled them out further. This is where the lights will go eventually. When I get the panel lights, I'm going to put them on that surface. And I think it looks pretty good, actually. Like, when you look down it looks like a nice mining shaft entrance. I also finished the lower section look-wise as well, with all the blocks I had. So, we got the nice doorways, as functional as ever. Some side panels here. It's a really nice floor in here. It looks quite nice. I thought this pattern might really kind of bring it out a bit, and I think it did okay. I don't know. I suppose without the pattern it wouldn't have been bad, but I kind of like it the way it is. You got your little warning signs telling you there's a door here, so don't get crushed under it, like, you know, this. This little obelisk made out of the same stuff as this. It looks a little bit weird when it's at the top, though. It's just like this weird kind of... It's because it's darker, that's why it's weird. Like, the pattern isn't bad, but it's, for some reason, just much darker than the rest of it. It's a very weird thing. What are you gonna do? Alright, so that's the flooring, pretty much. That's all the new stuff I did with flooring. I didn't really adjust anything else anywhere else, floor-wise. Actually, no, wait. That's a little bit wrong. The basement also has the same flooring. Also, I also put up corner pieces here that look like this. I think my plan is, when we get nether quartz, right, I'm going to make these walls out of nether quartz. And that's the plan so far. It's not bad, but actually, no, I think it'll look good. I think it'll look good. I hope so. I mean, like, there's like two parts to building this moon base so far. It's been, you know, getting the rooms to actually live in, for one. And then the second part has just been trying to make it look good. Because, I mean, I have to live here, you know. I have to live on this moon. So it'd be best for me to actually know what the hell's going on. And to make sure that it looks good. I don't really care about hydrogen and oxygen. I can get that from anywhere. I just go outside. There's plenty of oxygen out there. Oh, wait a minute. No, there isn't. Hydrogen. Useless hydrogen. I can't wait to turn this into something more useful, at least. It's going to cost me an arm and a leg, probably. I think one of the things I noticed with the fusion chamber is they might have changed it. It used to be that you needed a nether star to fuse things in it. But it seems to me that it's been changed, actually, so that it may not require a nether star, but it will probably require absurd amounts of power. Because, I mean, you don't just fuse materials together. Like, elements are not particularly into the whole idea of fusing together. You have to really put in a lot of effort. But it's interesting that they create energy when they're done, when they actually fuse. It's very weird, because breaking down and putting together elements creates energy. It's very weird. Because you would think that one of them would consume a lot of energy and the other one would produce a lot of energy, but I suppose there's a small amount of produce increase when you go to a certain one over the other, but I don't really know what the numbers are. So what I did during the break is I built a fusion core. So this is where the fusion chamber will be stored for when we start fusion. And it's a pretty big room. It's pretty large. I like it, though. It looks really nice. This is the projector. I need to get the blueprint, which I think I'll spend the diamond for, because, you know, why the hell not? I've got plenty of diamond, and if I get carbon, I can turn it into diamond. It's not that bad. So I think this will be just fine. But basically what this is going to do is it should project... I set it up just right, so I think it should project here to that torch. And that should be the size of the actual... No, I think that's wrong. I think this... Oh, Jesus, I forgot I'm on the moon. This block right here should reach to this block here, and that should be the machine. That should be the size of that machine. It's going to take up the majority of this room. And I think there's just enough space to actually clear the ceiling so we can get on top of it, should we want to. But I don't think I can jump on top of it, because I think it's 4 tall, and I can only jump up 3 tall. Right? Yeah, I think so. I think I just make it to the 4th block, but that's not enough to clear it, so I can't go over it. So our main focus is going to be building this massive fusion chamber. And it should go, I hope. It's going to be potentially slow because I don't quite remember how it is I make the blocks that I need, but I know I need them. So we'll have to go through that whole thing. Let me just grab some lava. Start this up again. It's always good to keep this machine running if I can. So let's go ahead and get an outside look. Just in case there's monsters out there. I don't want to be in non-creative because they'll chase me down and I don't really feel like it. A few meters have actually landed on the base, which is surprising. They didn't want to do it before, but now we've got 2 of them. There's one there and there's one over there. And there's some monsters. But here's the massive fusion chamber that we've got. It looks really quite nice outside, actually. It's still not quite finished, mind you. I still have to put in... There's going to be a wall of something here that'll connect these 2 blocks. And it'll be the same here. And then there'll be diagonal blocks on this location. And then full blocks here, diagonal, full block. And it's going to fill out this entire section. I think it's going to look quite nice. I also like these windows. I mean, it's got that nice, kind of closed-in window. It's nice. It's really quite nice looking. I'm very pleased with it. When I finished, I was like, this is a pretty good facility. It looks... It's interestingly rounded, too. Like, you'll notice this slope here, and then you got this wall that's flat, but in an odd angle. And then you've got the rest of the structure. And then, at this point, it was just trying to slope it correctly so it didn't look like some sort of disaster. But, did pretty good. Oh yeah, the sun's not out. I'm like looking for the sun. I'm like, where the hell did it go? It's on the other side. Alright. So let's go ahead and start working on getting this chamber together. And hopefully, once I do this, we can actually start breaking into making things like nether quartz, because I really do need that. Also, I looked into some of the RF tools blocks. You know how I was talking about how we'd be able to create another world, and that we could mine that world? And I was thinking, I'll go to an end, and then I'll destroy the end, and I'll get ender pearls. Win-win. Problem is, they disabled the ability to do that. Now, if I have an empty dimension tab, and I have, I believe, a dimension builder and a dimension... where is it? I know I need a dialing device for other stuff this year. Is it dimension or is it dimension? I think it's dimension. Dimension? 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 I forget. I've suddenly forgot how to spell. Well, that's a disaster. It's a controller, though, so I'm good with that. Oh, is it not a controller? God dang it. There's screen controllers. Those are useful. I want to get some screens eventually, but as of right now, not so much. I thought it was it's a builder. I know there's a builder. There we go. Is that it? No, that's not quite it either. God dang it. Well, the point is that they disabled the actual dimension builder so that I can't build a dimension. And they also made it so I couldn't build the thing that would power the dimension either. So, unfortunately, there's no way I can make another dimension. Oh, I hit the mic. Oh well, that's fine, I guess. It's a bit of a setback, but it's not really the end of the world now that I've got the plan for a fusion chamber. There are some interesting things, though, I found while I was working with RF tools. Like the matter transmitters and receivers, which are the things that get me from one world to another world, can be useful still to do that task. I can set up a transporter like here and here or whatnot, so I got two transporters, one to take me there and one to get me back. And I can set it up on another point in this base, and I can teleport to that location, or I could set it up on Venus or Mars, wherever I land, and I could set it up there, and then all I have to do is use power to come back. So, that's not too bad. I think it's a nice way to get around the place if I need to, but it is a bit expensive and dangerous because if it doesn't have enough power, it will kill me. And I'd rather not die, but I don't know if it would be all that dangerous. I don't think it would be the end of the universe if I died because I'd just come back into existence like down there a little bit. And then I have to run to the base and that's about it. Not too crazy. Alright, probably need to switch out that battery, and then I think we'll start working on the fusion. I also need to get the compressor going. Yeah. I just wrote down a few of the objectives I have today to make sure I stay on course. I continued looking for some way to transfer power from this location, and I got so close to it. You see, the thing is, if I build a pipe system, right? If I put a pipe system thing like this node onto this here, the problem is it will pull from this negative spot, but never the positive. This doesn't count. So while I can put the battery here, and the detectors and stuff that I put in will understand whether or not it's fully charged or not charged and all this stuff, the issue is I can't pull it out of the positive. I have to pull it out of the negative. And it doesn't switch places. I have to put it there. And that drains power, first of all. And second of all, I have to actually manually place that in there. So, kind of defeats the purpose. So, it's so unfortunate. This device just cannot support us in the future. I need to break into solar panels. And I believe there was a quest, possibly in more power, to get me a solar panel level 1. But I don't remember where it is. It's somewhere. No, not there. I don't think it's in here. That'd be crazy. I know something does it. Maybe it's in the first section. I need to do this, because this isn't too hard to do. I need to do a few quests down here. I've been kind of lazy about these quests. But it's only because I feel like a little bit of it is a waste. Like, I really don't need an iron sorting chest. Besides, I'm planning to move away from sorting chests, so yeah. Also, I tried out the relocators and stuff, these little pipe systems from, Relocator. I think it was refined, relocator, relocation, refined relocation. It sucks. It's a terrible mod. It's hard to say what is horrifically wrong with it, I suppose. I mean, it works, but it requires so much space because each section of a pipe, so there's like, if I put it down, there's 6 places it could go, right? Each one of those can hold a module. So I can have 6 different things it can do, right? If I put on a special device like the multi-module, I can do more than that. 4 for each of those points, so I could do 24 different things, right? Well, that's great. The problem is that I can only have one of each of these types. So if I put a crafting module into one of those sides, I can't put another one into that same side. So if I want to do 4 different crafting things for the stuff on the left, I can't. That's just how it is. They also block stuff from coming through, so I can't even craft multiple things along one path. It has to be a pipe system that's, for some reason, always pulling out stuff, which I'm not going to be using all that often. I'm not going to be just shoving stuff through a pipe system all the time. I don't see why I would. And it's going to take that stuff, and it's going to try to break it down, or build it up, whatever I have it do. Probably build it up because it's crafting. And it's going to try to do that as it passes over a section where it can craft that. But if it can't, it's not even going to go in that direction, and it's just not going to work. So, it's awful. But it does do it for free. I don't need to have a crafter with power supply and anything like that. It's free. So, it's worth doing it's worth doing for our cobblestone generator because it's only building cobblestone into it, so it's not a problem. But for things like this, it's a problem. Because I kind of need it. So I might have to... I suppose I could put that device in here. I need a higher level crafter. And then maybe it can remember more patterns. And that would allow me to... I don't know, put in more of these different patterns and just have it kind of automatically produce the higher tiers and maybe sort it. But it's really quite crappy. I don't know. Like, there's just nothing auto-crafting-wise that's as good as I would like it to be. And the pipe system is terrible. Also, I did get the resources to finish that quest, so let's go ahead and finish it. Because, I mean, I went this far, I might as well. I stored them in that chest so I could easily pull them out and put them together. How do I do this? Okay. So we go, sorting filter, and an extraction filter. Done. I'm gonna go for... module extractors. Because if I'm going to ever use this, I'm going to need a lot of these. That's really about it. But it's not good enough. The item conduits are totally better, but they're more expensive. I just don't really have the resources for a conduit. Yeah, pulsating iron nuggets. It's not gonna just appear in my pocket. Oh well. It's just another wall. I really need to make an alloy smelter, but to do that I need dash ingots. So I need to get to Mars. That's the #1 priority when it comes to actually moving forward with a lot of my plans in the long run, is I need to focus on getting into Mars. Because once I do that, things get so much easier. Oh. Hey, carbon. Okay, so let's go ahead and get rid of some of this. Get these carbons, turn them into something useful. The great thing is I can produce carbon a lot easier once I get that system up and running. Because I can just smash together things that make carbon. But, until then, I'll just have to kind of go through it slowly. At least I can make diamond this way. Alright, so much to do. I need to make a storage system too, like a better storage system than I have here. I mean, this isn't bad, but it's a bit clunky. And I don't really have time to focus on sorting stuff, because I really don't care to sort it. I just need it to be more accessible. And now there's no space. What do we got here? Alright, I need diamond. I think I need an entire block of diamond, don't I? I need... Oh dear. Oh crap. I'm gonna get tungsten. This is concerning, actually. I didn't realize that I was missing tungsten. So I'm gonna need a lot of those. Okay, fusion chamber. Alright. I need a piece of paper. Do it. There we go. Now, when I plug that in, it should tell me how much of every resource I need, and I can write that down, and we'll see what the damage is. Because it's going to be pretty bad. I don't know where I'm going to get tungsten, though. It seems like netherrack would do it, but the thing is, I don't have an awful lot of netherrack just lying around. Okay, so here's the first layer of it. Oh, I was wrong. It's actually another block forward. Okay. But this is the ghost image of the first set of blocks I need to put down. So this is the back wall, I guess. Alright, so how many do we need here? Let me write this down. 181 fusion. And 241 tungsten. Alright. So, how much do those cost me? So then that is 241 beryllium and 482 tungsten. That's scary. Ah, well, that just killed all of my plans. God dang it. I didn't even know. I didn't even know that dash ingots were being required for this. That bastard. Alright, well, I guess we're going to Mars. I'm gonna need a lot of iron. That ruins everything, god dang it. All of my plans. Oh, what are you gonna do? I don't actually feel like doing the math to figure out whether or not these will actually turn into blocks. Dang it, I'm too off. It's ruined. I threw the wrong things. I failed us. Okay, good. 42 is... I don't know. Dang it. Should have known. Alright. That looks like everything. I can't believe this. It's such a disappointment. Why? Why does there have to be dash ingots everywhere? I'm gonna have to go on a hell of a mining spree. I don't know, what are you gonna do? I don't really have a choice here. God dang it. Seems like this is all the iron I've got. I don't think 9's enough. Because I don't think I have another anvil in storage, because I'm pretty sure a compressor needs an anvil. Yep. This isn't going to be enough.